All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a brand new episode. Yes, brand new. It's all the same. It's time for a great episode of Tight Spot's Lounge with your hosts Nakattack and Tight Spot. And today we have a great episode, like we always do, right? Nakattack, we have another great episode. Is that true? Do we have another great episode coming in? Oh yeah, and there he is. It's popping in and out, but that's all because Discord's acting up right now. But it's cool. It's cool. Let me just leave him up there, so it leaves him up there. I can read the chats either way. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Tight Spot's Lounge. Today we have some great takes on a sequel that we never thought was going to happen until it did, And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it right now, but we're going to be talking about Good Burger 2, starring Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell of all that fame. And I was looking at something earlier today on Facebook. They were talking about the movie Mystery Men, Nakattack. You remember that movie?
Way ahead of its time. Or like, if it came out now, it would probably be more of a success.
Yeah.
I don't think superhero movies are, but...
Yeah, it was a great movie. It had different people from our childhood in a movie that we never thought would see happen. Like William H. Macy was in it, Kel Mitchell was in it, Paul Rubens was in it, Ben Stiller was in it, and yeah, honestly, it was. I'm bringing it up because of Kel Mitchell. I'm like, for him, the way his career went, being a child star Nickelodeon, to being in some Hollywood movies like Good Burger, because of Nickelodeon, but also because of other opportunities like in Mystery Men, and where he left off and now has come back to Hollywood a little bit because he was like a pastor for a little bit and became a father. It's kind of like what Rick Moranis did, but Rick Moranis hasn't come back, and it's sad, but also I think Rick is happy that he's no longer in Hollywood. I know we're getting on a tangent. I'm sorry. I'm just bringing up, just talking about these actors that are in this movie. I mean, honestly, Kenan has gone on to be successful in Saturday Night Live. He had his own show. Unfortunately, it was canceled by NBC. Like most shows get canceled. But yeah, Kenan's been doing well for himself. He's been in Fat Albert, which was kind of a success flop kind of movie. I don't know what you want to think of that, but to see Good Burger 2 come to life the way it did, I was like, oh, interesting. But we'll get further into that. First off, like we always like to start off with Nakattack, we like to give our listeners and viewers a update about how we're doing, what's going on in our world, what's going on in our musical journeys of life, or movies, or books, or building figurines. How's that going, Nakattack?
Oh yeah, I should have brought my kit down. I'm plowing through my Gundam kit. I got the head, upper torso, and the right arm finished, so I'm about a third of the way done, I think. Maybe a little less than a third.
Nice.
Because the torso is split up into two parts.
Nice. You're gonna get it, and then you're gonna debut it on the show, the complete figurine, which would be great to see. Accomplishment, So Nakattack, for me, I mean, honestly, I got to see Yellow Card and Third Eye Blind this past week, thanks to their publicist, Yellow Card's publicist, over at Raby.
Oh, Yellow Card retired.
Yellow Card did retire, but they decided last year to come back, and decided He felt like, I think he mentioned it at the show, Ryan did, that he thought, this time away, this little spurt of where we weren't a band help us grow as people a little bit and deal with our own like interpersonal problems that were, you know, either health or just family related or you know, having a birth of a child like Ryan did, and marriage and all that kind of stuff. You know, they all kind of grew up a little bit because they were going so strong since their resurgence back in like 2017, I believe. They came back and did or before that. No, it was before that. It was before I left for when you're through thinking, say yes. That record came out when I did that interview with Ryan back in the day on New Music Inferno. So it's interesting to see. You know, it was a great show. Third Eye Blind killed it too. But it was fun. Other music I'm listening to, there's a lot of
laughing because I'm just picturing Third Eye Blind just doing a half hour of Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, and then Yellow Card doing a half hour.
Oh no, they played their okay. So what they did, what Third Eye Blind did was actually play their whole entire 1997 album out from front to back. Like they did Motorcycle Bike Club.
Even the second half of that album sucks.
Well, okay, so I mean honestly, if you never really when you were 12 years old when that album came out, some of the subject matter on that record is very interesting to take because honestly you don't know some of the subject matter at 12 years old, and then when you're like growing up and then you see Mr. Jenkins up there on stage and singing these songs like that came out almost 30 years ago, which is pretty insane for some bands to be around and see like a 27-year-old record it was. You know, so yeah, it was a great experience. I saw Third Eye Blind back in 2010 at the Bamboozle Road show, and then Yellow Card I've seen multiple times as well. A lot of people know that. If you guys don't know that, now you know. Other than that, my wife's home from the hospitals, but she's also back in the hospital here so she can get the care that she needs because Utah kind of screwed everything up there on just everything. Like they were supposed to have a dialysis center to go to when she got home. Nope, they didn't have one. So we had to take her back to the hospital on Tuesday, and so the hospital can work on everything like that and get everything squared away on that forefront. But yeah, I mean that's my life. That's my update. Nakattack, anything else to add? Any cool stuff going on?
Just Brothers of Metal dropped a new tune. I think they're getting an album out this year.
Yes, I think they are. I think I saw.
Viking is a cool tune.
You said Brothers of Metal. I think I saw an ad somewhere, and I don't remember where exactly. Give me 1 second. You said Brothers of Metal.
I know they've been teasing on their social medias that they've been working on something, and then they dropped this new song, and then I know all summer they're kind of taking a break from touring till late August, so I think they're definitely finalizing a studio album or something.
Okay, I think they are too. I think I saw that somewhere. There's
the music video for the new song's really funny. I highly recommend watching it.
What's the song called?
Heavy Metal Viking.
Heavy Metal Viking. I think we watched that. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if the label record has anything on it. Real quick, I think. It's gonna be debut album in November. It's gonna be out in November. Nakattack.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're all from touring during the summer. They're probably in there getting all the tracks ready to go, and then.
Yeah, it's called Prophecy of Ragnarok. That the title of the record's gonna be. So it should be interesting. Very interesting take on what they might do or what we might hear from them as well. What are we talking about? Hey Reed, how you doing? Good to see you. We are talking about life and music, and today we're talking about the movie Good Burger. Yes, Reed is checking out on the YouTube, and I appreciate him for doing that. Thank you so much for being here and being a loyal supporter of the show, of Tight Spots Lounge, and multiple other things that I do and Nakattack does. So, anything else, Nakattack? Anything else you want to start off with before we go into Good Burger? Do you want to you want us to showcase this trailer off the website? What do you want me to do? You want me to do that? I can get up here right now. Look, it's up. It's up. No good.
That's up to you.
Let's do that.
I don't think I've seen the theatrical trailer. I've only ever seen the commercial spots.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get it here.
Theatrical trailer, correct? I don't know if this was released in theaters at all.
No, it's not. It wasn't even released in theaters. It was released on Paramount exclusively. I don't want that ad there. Shit. Okay, so let's get the trailer up here. Let's start it again. Hold on. Here we go.
Shakespeare began proponent. I have no idea who you are. I guess I'm done with that. Alright, you're all clean. Enjoy your meal.
Celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities left and right. I mean, honestly, there was like
Well, I didn't know who half these people were. Like, I recognized faces, sort of, but I was like,
yeah. I mean, it was Rob Gronkowski was the guy who was getting wiped down in the restaurant. You had Mark Cuban, the owner of the Mavs. You had other people probably in there as well that, like, Laura Beth Dinberg was still in there. That was pretty awesome. Pete Davidson was the angry customer at the beginning of the movie there. So yeah, I mean, it was a great movie. Oh, I love it. Like, you're in the YouTube. That's great, Dak. But yeah, I think it was, the trailer didn't really show you a lot because if you've seen the first Good Burger,
for a comedy.
Yeah, what?
It's good for a comedy. They shouldn't be spoiling all the gags.
Yeah, it was. It was very helpful that it didn't spoil anything. That's the first time I ever watched the trailer. I was just excited to see this movie come to life because you never thought after the first one there was going to be one, since it was like a Nickelodeon movie and it's been so long. I mean, honestly,
who's demanding a Good Burger sequel?
I don't know who was. When did this?
Nobody. It's so weird. I mean, I'm not like against Good Burger. I don't hate Good Burger, but it's just so weird that here's Good Burger 2.
Good Burger came out in 1997. That's serious. That came out that long ago.
The timing is a little weird too because I know this started streaming soon after that documentary about all the shit that went down behind the scenes on those 90s Nickelodeon shows.
This was way before. This was like, because the stuff that you're talking about happened earlier this year, right? It wasn't 2023. The movie came out in 2023. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Which
the documentary that you're talking about came out this year.
Yeah.
So you're saying it was perfect that it came out before that, or sorry, I was like
misconstrued. No, I just thought the timing was weird that they released Good Burger so close to the release of that documentary.
True.
Because I was just thinking about like, I'm like, I hope all these cast members didn't do all that shit when I was, back in the day when I was watching Good Burger 2. It just reminded me of all that.
Yeah, I didn't watch the documentary. I know there's a lot of pretty crazy, fucked up things that people do. And that documentary is like one of the ones I don't know if I want to sit down and watch like by myself because I'm like, okay, this guy's a fucking idiot. He should have been castrated and put on an island to rot. But that's my train of thought after hearing what has happened and how some of the kids are like. You look at Amanda Bynes. Maybe some of the shit that happened to Amanda back then is why her mental state is the way she is.
Yeah, it totally makes sense why she kind of had a public going off the rails.
Yeah. And Reed, I agree. There was nothing to spoil in that trailer. I mean, honestly, you didn't know what Jillian Hall was gonna do in that fact of this movie at all. Like, you saw the name, like, oh, what's she gonna do? And then you find out what happens in the movie. But also, before we go any further, I just want to give a big RIP to Martin Mull. He passed away today at the age of 80. and I've always loved his work. Martin Mull.
Yeah, who is that? You texted me and I was like,
Okay,
I don't know who
so
that is.
you remember the Mad movie that we watched, the movie about the magazine? He played the guy. He played the narrator in that movie. He was also in Roseanne.
Oh, no, the Cracked movie.
Yeah, Cracked movie. Yes. So he was.
Okay, I knew the name. I just couldn't put a face to it.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot of stuff in the '90s that we
Renowned
watched.
character actor.
Yeah, and author as well. And he definitely was good at what he did. He was in, Life in Pieces. He did Golden Girls. He did Bob's Burgers voices.
Reed says he was in Clue.
Yeah, he was in Clue. He was in the movie Clue.
Shit.
Yep.
God, I gotta rewatch Clue. I don't remember him being in that.
Yeah, he played the shit. Who did he play? I forget. Like I remember, he was in Community for he played Britta's dad in Community. Remember that? That he was the dad of Britta in the later seasons. For anybody who's watched Community.
See that episode.
Martin Mull played Colonel Mustard. He played one of the integral. There you go. He played Colonel Mustard in the movie. So we do need to watch Clue. I always liked that movie because Tim Curry and just Christopher Lloyd's in it. And it's an all-star cast, an all-star comedy, and I think we should watch it down the line. Maybe after the summer of sequels, which is going to continue to go strong into July. I know Nakattack has some movie choices that I do too, but to find where they are to watch both of us, sometimes it's hard. So we're working on looking for certain ones that we can watch together. But Reed, Martin Mull, one great actor. I know Reed loved him. He's talking about him a little bit in the chat there on YouTube. And we got Spartan Fan in the chat doing a Pokemon. I'm sorry you didn't hear it because I have it set up wrong, and you can do it again if you want to do a Pokemon during the chat there, Spartan Fan. If you want to have any words of advice of Good Burger 2 as well, once we delve into it right now, here in a second. So let's do it. Let's get on to Good Burger 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to home of the Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order? Yes. Part 2 of a movie that will only be probably 2 parts. I don't think there's going to be a third one. I don't think Hollywood's saying, give us part 3 already. But you never know. Anything's possible with comedy writers. They could probably throw something together and make it work for a third one, but you never know. So Nakattack, where do you want to go with this?
I don't know what the numbers are, but I could see if this was a hit, Paramount would probably just turn it into like a 2-season TV show.
Yeah, I mean it would be cool to see it as a movie, not a movie, but as a series as well. I mean, but do you think they could get? I mean, they did kind of like a in the Keenan Kel show when they did they were working at the grocery store. So they kind of did something like that, kind of like Good Burger, but not too seriously focused on a product. But it would be interesting. It would be great to see what Good Burger the TV series could do. What would be the purpose? You were go ahead. And also I say Space Fuel.
I'm seeing it would kind of play out like Bob's Burgers. That's how I'm seeing it as Bob's Burgers, but with these characters. That's kind of how I envision the Good Burger TV series.
Okay. The
Good Burger restaurant's kind of the focal point, but there's adventures that happen, elsewhere in the town.
I mean,
that's just kind of how I would envision it.
That would be interesting. But would the characters and the writers of Bob's Burgers allow that though? I mean, it would kind of where would honestly, it
wouldn't be a carbon copy. I'm just saying it would just be similar.
It wouldn't be, and it would be similar. But I'm like, what? I'm thinking what would the direction be though? Would it be a little bit of Community, a little bit of Parks and Rec, a little bit of all these shows put together? But how would it work? I'm definitely intrigued on that because it takes a lot to write a series. You see so many series fail and never get the light of day. People become showrunners, and and just stuff doesn't work. But like,
actually, you know what? You just had that idea pop in my head. I could see it actually maybe playing out kind of like Parks and Rec or The Office, because Keenan and Kel are pretty good at improv. So I think that type of format would be stellar for a TV show for those two.
okay, yeah, I mean it would be. I mean, honestly, Keenan tried that with his show. I mean, it was kind of like not really like improv, but it was kind of like a sitcom. Like a basic sitcom, like most sitcoms are. They're basic, but they also entangle a lot. And I know, like for us, and Nakattack needs it. Nakattack, if he ever get the time and actually go and rewatch Community years later, that would be crazy to see, like, your thoughts, because growing up we were kind of still young in 2009, but also like now we're adults and now your life has changed completely, so you might have a different take on this show. But yeah, Reed says the only problem with Kel is he's actually sanctimonious. Interesting take. I don't know, but
honestly, yeah. I don't know anything about Kel since he left the Nickelodeon scene. Like he's just kind of fallen off my radar. I mean, I don't know if he's doing something on some TV show or something, but I mean Keenan's always kind of been in the spotlight here and there.
Making a show being morally superior to other people.
Since the Nickelodeon
really?
in this movie.
Really? You think he's that? Is he really sanctimonious? Is he actually? Does he act like he's better than some people? I don't know. I've never met the guy, and I don't know him personally. And Wally does say hi back, Reed. I know you just said hi to Not a Take. He raps about how if you don't love Jesus, you're not worthy of existing. Well, is he really that sanctimonious? Is he sanctimonious for that? I mean, maybe it's just a message he wants to send out. Is it just does saying a message mean that he's actually sanctimonious? Sanctimonious? I can't say the word all the time.
That's sort of message, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've never listened to his music, so I have no clue. Like, I'm sorry. I don't deep dive into Kel Mitchell's music career. For that matter, I don't know. Yeah, I'm blown away. I don't know. I thought he was like. I mean, honestly, you know what? And then that makes But see, the thing is. Yeah, but he is funny. Yeah, I agree, Reed. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this then. Keenan is the complete opposite then. Keenan seems like he's the more humble guy. I mean, he's doing like Target and Nintendo. He's doing Nintendo ads with his kids. I think that's his kids in the commercials with him. So I think he's like more. I think he's humble. I don't know. Would that be right, Reed? Do you know if he's humble? Because I know, like, I think he would be. I mean, honestly,
humble or more willing to take the easy paycheck.
Wow, you're putting me on. I don't know. I don't know. He's got to pay for the coke and gambling debts.
I think you're just kind of conflating the character with the real person.
Wow. So Reed is saying he's got to pay.
I don't know why I said that, because Keenan's character in the movie is very self-centered and stuff, but.
Well, like Keenan is. Kel's the one who gets Keenan the job back at this, like.
Yeah. All right, let's get on it. We're officially in the movie now.
Yeah, we're officially in the movie. So Keenan has gone and left the town where they live, and become a big wig at a product a product company or whatever.
Kind of like a made for TV entrepreneur guy.
Yeah.
He's always kind of with these weird little inventions.
Yeah. So it's definitely a product that he could have tested out more and more and more, and it fails. It's a fire resistant spray, whatever it's called. It doesn't matter because it's a failure. It's a failure. You see it in the beginning of the movie. It's a complete failure. He burns down his own house. He has to go back to the town. Yeah, he isn't a failure, though. He isn't a failure. He's been successful in the movie, but also he fails here. He loses Mark Cuban a lot of money, and he has to resign from the company. Well, he's fired from the company because of this. So he goes back, because he sees the somehow he has this yo-yo that's in his pocket. I guess it's from his house or something. And that's the same yo-yo, if you guys don't remember, from the first movie that Cal gave to him. Or Dax. No. I'm getting
I was surprised at the number of callbacks to the first movie that totally went over my head, because I hadn't seen that first one in basically since it came out.
Did you watch it again?
Even the gag with the guy in the freezer, like, I totally forgot that happened in the first movie.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate that they held on to that joke for this long. But I was kind of appreciated that they did that, but I also kind of felt a little confused that they think everybody is going to go out and watch the first movie just to see this one. It was a bit of an odd screenwriting choice.
Yeah, that's true. Terrence, what's going on? Thank you for coming in as well in the chat on Twitch. I totally forgot about it too, and then I was like, wait a minute. This is another callback.
But I can't fault it either, because it is a sequel to that movie. So
yeah, it is a sequel to that movie, and it's been 26 years since it came out last year. That this movie was on the forefront of people's minds. I mean, honestly, I think about Good Burger a lot when I say lines from it, because it's just quotable and it's funny. But to see something like this have that callback, a nostalgia of the first movie, and then I totally forgot why that guy was frozen until now. Like you mentioned, like I knew the yo-yo was a callback to the first one, because I was like, yep, that's the yo-yo that he got from Ed at the end of the movie. But yeah, like there were a lot of callbacks, because this whole movie was kind of callback to the first one, when like shit goes wrong for him. Because that's when you're like, what? Who's behind this all? It couldn't just be the lawyer dude. It had to be somebody else. You had the goons, for the company. You kind of knew that was happening, but you just didn't know where. In that regard,
it is your typical sequel, the same as the first, but different and slightly bigger.
Yeah, but like that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to pull back on the sequel, because you went hard on the first and it sold. So, though it's been 27 years since the last movie came out, they had, now we have those different ways. I mean, honestly, I think if it wasn't for streaming, I don't think this movie would have gone to theaters at all. It probably would have been a straight DVD movie. Not saying it's a bad movie, but I think that's what Nickelodeon would have done.
A bit made. Paramount just needs some sort of content.
Yeah, and streaming services and platforms are, a very sustainable thing for now for certain companies, being able to make their own product and make their own things and just put it out, instead of saying, oh, okay, we're going to shop it for this network. No, we got our own streaming platform. If you want to purchase it, come watch our stuff. We have certain things that you like. All the stuff from Comedy Central, all the other back catalogs of Nickelodeon shows that may be on there, or whatever else. But Nakattack,
I gotta say, I am surprised how much I watch Paramount Plus. Like I've had Hulu, I've hardly ever watched Hulu. Yep. I had Max, I hardly ever watched Max. I had Apple TV, hardly ever watched it. But for some reason, Paramount Plus just clicks with me.
Okay.
I think it's because of the soccer partly, but I like that Beavis and Butthead is on there. I like weird stuff like this.
Well, the new season.
I like the Mission Impossible movies. I love that they're on there.
The new Beavis and Butthead starts July 10th.
Oh, new season?
Yes, new season.
Oh, cool. I'm plowing through the second season right now. It's funny. I love the new Beavis and Butthead.
There you go. Nakattack's having fun with that. That's awesome. I haven't watched any of it, but if you ever get to watch Workaholics, I think you'll like that for sure. They're funny stoner guys and definitely a lot of fun. But let's get back to the movie. So where we're left off was I'm going to say right now there's a turn in the plot. There's a plot twist. The lawyer for the company is thinks they're going to be becoming partners to make franchises of Kel and Ed and Dax think that's going to happen, and they were getting raises. Everybody thought they were getting raises until the twist happens where this Good Burger was going to close because the new ones are going to be opening for, the company.
Hang on, you're kind of skipping over some key stuff.
Go ahead.
So basically, Kel invites Keenan. I don't remember the character's names. Kel invites Keenan to work for him. He's down on his luck. He doesn't have a job. He needs some employment. So Kel hires Keenan to work for the Good Burger, and then Keenan's like, "Hey, man, you should expand. You ran this successfully for so long. You should grow this. I can help you with that." But Keenan gets in way over his head. They make a deal with what you were saying, a very bad person who basically fires them and says, "We're burning it down. We're taking it over."
And
I just wanted to get that little background for the plot going on there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just sped through it. I just sped through it. But yeah, it was one of those things where you thought you could trust.
Reed's talking about Kel's family. I got my own opinions about that. We'll get to that then.
But
you are correct.
Cecil. You thought you could trust Cecil, but you couldn't.
I like Cecil's line. You just got played, player, or by a real player or something like that.
Yeah. You didn't make it to the twist.
I'm spilling my drink.
So you're spilling your drink. That's not good. But yeah, the movie is kind of like every other movie in a sense where you had your antagonist and protagonist, and it was kind of like, okay, you knew that the winner, the good guys were always going to come on top because this is a Nickelodeon film. We don't like bad endings in Nickelodeon films. I don't think there's ever been a bad death ending in any Nickelodeon film. So it continues on. You find out that Lil Ray Howery's character is working for a person that we never met, but we met the significant person in the family members, whole house, and that was what the hell? It was Jillian Bell.
Spoil it. If nothing,
Cat
there's
Boswell.
nothing to really spoil. I mean, it's
Boswell.
Just a relative of the villain from the last movie. It's just,
it was the sister.
That was another point where I was like, who?
Yeah.
The movie had a weird meta moment where the main characters were also like, who?
So Cat, Jillian Bell. I said Jillian Hall. I don't know why I meant Jillian Hall, the wrestler. But Jillian Bell plays Cat Boswell, who is the sister of the villain in the first one. But before that, though, there's a whole thing where we have celebrities that are trying to save Good Burger, and you have Andy Samberg, you have Nicole Richie, you have Christy Teigen, you have Shaun White, Danny Tamborelli of all people is in this movie. Pete, one of the Pete's. You had George Clinton, and it was crazy. It was funny to see that. That was one of the funny moments of the movie where you had these guys and gals pulling a PSA for Good Burger together inside the movie. It was cute. It's funny. I think. I don't know what your guys' thought was on that, but yeah, Jillian Hall would be a great twist with the big, big thing on her chin or whatever it was. But go ahead, Nakattack. Go ahead. I was gonna drink. Sorry. My throat's dry.
Oh no, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, the movie's all right. It's all right. I mean, I laughed at a couple spots. I mean, my kids really liked it, so it holds up for kids as far as these characters and setting go. But I don't know. I mean, it's not offensive. Fine. 90 minutes. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfect on timing. Definitely nothing to add or take away. But Reed, why'd you hate that? I mean, that whole thing with Kel's family was Ed's family. It was kind of
I hated that they all had his haircut, and I also hate that Kel's character still has that exact same haircut from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I hate when they when they do that like that with sequels. They did that with the Dumb and Dumber sequel too. Like there's two characters still have those exact same haircuts. I hate when they do that. Like people change over time.
People do change over time, but I think it wasn't funny. It was like okay, you gave a baby that same hairstyle as an adult from 27 years.
It's such an old gag. It's like it's just like why are we doing that?
Yeah, I mean that was.
And honestly, the whole time I kept thinking like who is banging Kel? Like who's having sex with this man?
Yeah,
and why has that not changed him somewhat?
Yeah, I don't know. It changed Keenan. Keenan was Ed's Dax's was a single and not he was trying to not fail at life and owed people money and all that, and finally to have Good Burger back and back to where it needed to be at the end, and successfully now, like after fighting off another corporation for control. So that's basically what happened.
Another sane corporation.
Yeah, like the thing was they were trying to do. Can we just spoil it? Because why not? It's a movie. If you want to watch it,
no one cares about Good Burger 2.
nobody cares right now.
No one cares about the surprises in Good Burger 2. I won't spoil like some of the funny gags, but you go first. But I'll highlight what I thought was the funniest gag for me anyway.
So in the movie, Kat decides to kind of like what America's doing right now, and putting in machines to do people's jobs. So that's what they were going to do. They were going to do robot Eds in replace of humans, so they didn't have to charge money. And all that, and make it like futuristic, kind of like, robots are controlling the restaurant. Everything is done by robots, and that's what they wanted to do. It felt like Keenan wanted to date Kel's daughter. Well, Kel's daughter. It wasn't even Kel's daughter. It was Keenan's niece. Ed and Eddie, yeah. So, but yeah, yeah. So what antics just ensue, like Nakattack says, and Good Burger comes out on top like always. So it's a stereotypical good guy, bad guy. But yeah, go ahead, Nakattack. Anything else you want to say before we continue on?
Oh no, the one part that had a good legitimate laugh out of me was the bit with when they fell asleep in the runaway car and then when they woke up. That was funny. I like that. That was a good joke.
Yeah, the runaway car was.
I won't spoil it, but it's a good visual gag.
Yeah, it was, and the funny thing was with also like in the movie where in the first one they had Abe Vigoda in the first one, and then they had other older actress played an integral role in the movie, which was funny as all hell with how the boss was like a young guy, and then like he did the whole thing with the old lady as well, like that whole scene, the distraction was great, like the whole process of like everything that they did to set up the finish was kind of fun too to watch. Like it was cool. Like I don't know, you guys.
Yeah, I like how it turned into a little heist movie for a good 15 minutes. That was fun.
Yeah, heist movies can be fun, and that's what happened there. So Nakattack, anything else you want to say before we give our final ratings for Good Burger 2?
I don't know. I mean, it's fine if you want your kids to watch something for 90 minutes. It's good for them.
Yeah, I would agree.
Even if you like Good Burger, you don't really have to see this. It's not bad, and I would even say it's good. It's well made, but there's just nothing here that's
would you say
really
average?
worth talking about.
Would you say average?
It's a very generic comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect much going into the movie because I knew how like generic 97 the first one was, because it was
it's definitely better than it could have been, but
yeah.
I mean, so I'll give the cast and crew some credit for making what they did, but at the same time, it's just like nobody wanted Good Burger 2. Good Burger 2 doesn't need to exist, but it's here and it's okay.
Okay. All right. But, I think I agree with you on that. Like, I didn't expect a sequel ever, and I didn't think, like, it was going to ever happen, but it did. And it's here. It's on Paramount. You guys can watch it if you guys have Paramount. Or you can go pick up the DVD, if you want to actually have a physical copy like some people do still, or Blu-ray, for that matter.
I can tell you, my first reaction when I saw it on there, I was like, they made a Good Burger 2?
I knew
like,
about it because I was like watching it come along, like the process. People were announcing it and stuff and talking about it a little bit online. That's how the internet is. There's tons of people. Wally's like bringing up her head and saying, "Hey, everybody, I don't care about Good Burger 2. I'm passed out back here in the back, as you guys can see on the camera if you guys are watching the live stream." But yeah, so my final rating before we go into the selection of what we're going to watch next. I think we have some people that may want to vote on it, but I don't know if anybody really wants to vote on this one, or we're just going to go with your choice, Nakattack. We'll let them decide if we... Guys, do you want us to vote on 2 movies, or do you want Nakattack's choice? Let us know in the chat right now which one you want us to do, and we'll do it right now. But Nakattack, my final rating would be a 3 out of 5.
It's a 2.5 for me.
Okay. All right.
Complete, just so down the middle average.
Yeah, well, 3 out of 5 is kind of average. 2.5 out of 5. It's there. It's there. I mean, I just think it's funny to see it happen again. Something like more nostalgia, even though like some nostalgia can be good and some nostalgia can be bad, and this is average. This is like down the middle, like you said. So Nakattack, we are saying goodbye to Good Burger 2. Farewell, Good Burger. Farewell. So we have a decision to make for 2 weeks from now, which is the... Let's see, that is the 12th.
Getting into July.
July 12th. 3 days before NCAA 15... not 15, yeah. Seems like it would be 15 because that's the last game. 14 was the last one. But CFB 25 comes out on the 16th, so the 12th we'll be doing a new movie that... I don't know. I don't know what you guys want us to do, but you guys haven't said anything in the chat on Twitch, but did YouTube. Reeds gives it at a half. The booth they had, the marketing for the movie was way better than the movie. He says, I don't care, 0.5. Knack, you got to figure out why your cam keeps going black. Well, it's I know what it is. Reed, it is Discord. Maybe we can do like something different next time, or well, maybe we can't because he doesn't have an actual webcam. He has a tablet.
This camera is through my tablet. I'm like connected to 3 different devices just to get hooked up here.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to send him a webcam, please do. I don't know. They're pretty cheap.
I will do private shirtless shows for you.
Shirtless shows. Yes. We will get more biddies. If you guys like what you hear, like what you see on the Twitch, please hit some biddies up. But if you're also on the YouTube, please do subscribe. We have 75 subscribers now, almost to 100. We're slowly getting there, Nakattack, on the YouTube. But, things are working out. Things are getting better for us here on the streaming stuff. So, Nakattack, without further ado, I guess no one cares what we chose next, so... we're going to go with what you choose. So you message... Well, you had 2 movies that you wanted to do this July. So which one do you want to do? Like you said you wanted to do one of the ones that you mentioned like recently today? Or do you want to do that one that you mentioned a while back? I don't have my phone here with me. I think it's on the charger.
We'll do that a little later just to add a little more variety to what we're watching and talking about over the summer here. So we're going to have a little callback to last summer when we talked about James Wan's Saw movies, and we're gonna dig deeper into the Insidious franchise, and we're gonna go straight to the last one. We're gonna watch Insidious: The Red Door.
Oh, that's on
I've
Netflix.
only ever seen the first Insidious. Life came along, and the series kind of passed me by. I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm looking forward to being very confused by the last one. So,
Well, thankfully it is on Netflix, so I can watch it. I don't know where you getting a copy at. Where are you gonna get a copy at? So everyone else can do what you're doing.
I'm
as
gonna
well.
get one through the library. They got all of them.
It is on Hoopla. It's on Hoopla then, or is that your local library?
No, my physical library.
All right, so at your physical library, guys, you can get a DVD or Blu-ray of Insidious: The Red Door. If they have it, if they don't, you have to ask them to order it and get a copy of it into rent or something. But if you have Netflix, it's on there. I don't know if there's anywhere else. I know I just checked on. I was looking to see what Insidious ones we were gonna probably watch, and if it was The Red Door, I was like, yes, I can watch it. Thank God. So we're gonna watch The Red Door Insidious, available now on Netflix or your local library that Nakattack's getting. So yeah,
The library's my Blockbuster.
You know what? We should have never gotten rid of Blockbuster. I really think, like, I know we have streaming platforms, but I think, just how reminiscent going into a Blockbuster was. I know people were talking about it somewhere else, like how, like, you used to be able to rent the systems for $20 for the weekend. Remember that? When you could rent systems and, have it like a sleepover with your friends.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We never really partook in Blockbuster that much. We always went to like the mom and pop rental stores.
Yeah.
Like Max and Hanover. That was our go-to.
Yeah, I remember Video Max right there on right across the street from like the AmVet.
To the Hanover Market.
Yep. That place lasted longer than everybody expected it to. And
it did well into the DVD era, which was very surprising because at that point, like the big ones, Hollywood and Blockbuster, were just gobbling up all those little stores.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember. And then like when it was still VHS, the video store across the street from my house, there was a video rental place across the street in that blue. Remember that blue building that's across the blue siding building? That building was that building was a video rental place. Before it turned into apartments. I did not know that. Yeah.
I know. Well, what was really funny about Video Max is like they always had their porno movies like right next to the register, and they weren't covered by a curtain or anything. So I remember as a kid, I would always just be like sneaking looks at them.
You're bad. You're like, mommy, daddy, look, naked lady.
Oh no, I knew they would be like, don't look at that. So I was just sly about it. I was just like.
You're fun. This is great. I love it. And guys, I want to thank everybody for being here today. If you guys have chatted with us for a little bit, I know Breed's over there on the YouTube, and everybody that's been on the Twitch for a little bit, just hanging out, lurking. Thank you guys. I mean, this is a great episode. I know a lot of people are just chilling and lurking, but much love to you all. Thank you guys for a great week here on Twitch. I know Nakattack normally isn't here a lot, he's just here every other Friday hanging out with me with this podcast. But hopefully soon enough, I don't know, we haven't been talking about it, but I hope soon enough that he can maybe just come on here and chat and chill on a Saturday while maybe he's playing a video game or I play a video game, and we just have a chill session.
I wish everybody could see me playing Sea of Stars for the hour before I start this show.
Dude, you know what you just need? You just need to get a capture card. That's all you need.
Oh, is that it? They're only what, $100+
No. Like $50 or less. I'm serious. You could probably get one used that isn't not that is working. You just need to get one. Like I saw one on Facebook Marketplace today for $30. You just needed the cords. You just need 2 HDMI's and the USB to whatever port thing is on the capture card. So it's not that expensive, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, we're gonna send it out here to our friend Stoner Gamer. He's over there trying to take Taco Bell to multiple national titles in college football on NCAA 14. He's a good friend of ours channels. If you guys aren't following him, please do. We love him. Yeah, made it at the end, Open Mic Network. Damn, you're busy with your family. I love you. Thank you for coming in here. Go follow Stoner. If you guys are not, please do. I know Nakattack hasn't probably followed him yet, but maybe you should follow him. I don't know. That's my opinion. But I'm just fucking with you, Nak. Let's give him a shout out real quick. Stoner is live. We're going to go over there. And everybody on YouTube, thank you for being here. Much love. Yeah, it did go great. I think it did. I think it did for sure. And shout out to Open Mic Network as well. Let me just give him a shout out.
Mike,
there.
join us in 2 weeks as we discuss Insidious: The Red Door.
Yeah, Insidious: The Red Door, guys. Come back then. If you guys aren't, if you don't have Netflix, it's on there. If you have a local library, they should have a copy. But Open Mic Network, there you go, buddy. We're gonna go over. We're gonna make hanging out with Stoner a little bit, and then I'm gonna head to bed so I can go to work at 11. But I love you guys. Nakattack, have a great weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back with more football and much more on the gaming side. Love y'all. Peace out. See you soon. Come on, Raid. It's going to go slow. No. We're going to end the YouTube. But love you, Reed. Thank you for hanging out. And everybody, thank you for being here.